Alright, so now that I've done the extremely boring paperwork that nobody cares about except for me, let's see what we got here, shall we? Excellent timing, Laura. Just a moment ago I received word from the Ironworks. They have completed their task and are on their way with reinforced warding scales. Similarly, our alchemists have also succeeded in creating an artificial Atomos. All is ready for you to go to the Void. I love going to the Void. I have instructed our comrades to gather the Great Work. Let's head there at once. I don't know if we're going to have a dungeon or a raid first. I am not familiar with MSQ, as is obvious. I mean, it's nice to know for organizing purposes, but that's really up to you guys more than me. In fact, here, I'm actually going to go ahead and leave the group. And you guys who know what's coming can figure out the group without me. How's that sound? I do blame Jamal. We need to get her back together with her boyfriend. And she's not voice acted. Of course she isn't. There you are, Laura. I present to you the fruits of the alchemist's labor, the artificial Atomos. Although we've yet to put it to proof, the ether is practically identical to that of the original. A truly remarkable feat in so short a time. Aye, our alchemists have outdone themselves yet again. Small wonder that they are the pride of Radzat-Han. I would express my gratitude to Dahana, but it appears she isn't here. She rushed off after bringing the Atomos to attend to pressing task, but she said she would return ere we set forth. Which should be shortly after our friends from the Ironworks arrive with the warding scales. Did someone say warding scales? But because it just so happens, we have them. Oh, hey, it's Nero, who technically has already helped me with the mecha situation. Keen to bear witness to our little experiment, are you? You know I am. I was there at the Crystal Tower, lest you forget. I wouldn't miss this for the world. You don't mind if we come along with you and see you off? I hope. It's thanks to these three we could finish the work so quickly. It was my painstakingly collected data that made the reinforcement possible. The scales will last a good 10 years in the Void with nary a hint of degradation. As the ones who did the actual reinforcing, we guarantee their quality as well. We'll keep you safe. But enough bragging. Here's the scales. With these, we can search for my sister without fear of corruption. I know not how to repay you. Dude, she dead, yo. Like, she's turbo dead. Actually, from what I understand of how the first works, she's worse. Or not the first, the 13th. The darkness? Whatever. The world of darkness. Whichever number it is. Don't mention it. Migdrastormer came to our rescue in the rift. Least we can do to help his children. Thank you. Well, my friend, my only regret is I won't be able to accompany you on the latest grand adventure. Wait! What? Before you depart, Your Excellency, there's something we wish to present you. Will you please come with me? Will not delay us without good cause? Very well. Forgive me, my friends, I require but a moment. Okay. Yeah, Nero's just here. Just hanging out. Like you do. He's certainly taking his time. What sort of grand present could take so long to receive? The kind that'll help him in the void, I presume. And that godforsaken place will need all the help he can get. But you of all people ought to know that, huh? Yeah, Nero. Yeah, Nero was a little purple once.
My apologies for keeping you waiting.
Oh, hey, voice acting. I thought that was forbidden in this game. Sorry.
Vritra, I presume.
Indeed, this vessel now serves as a host for my eye.
He got a mushroom.
I was aware that the alchemists were busy preparing something, but this...
We couldn't well send you on such a perilous mission unprepared, Your Excellency. We spared no effort in crafting the body, and I dare say you'll find it adept at wielding weapons and magics both. 'Twas our intent to present it to you sooner, but we could not bring ourselves to do so, knowing we could yet improve it further. Pray forgive us.
Yeah, it's called feature creep.
There is not to forgive. I am grateful for this fine vessel, and shall put it to good use. Again, I ask that you watch over Radzatan in my absence. The dangers we go to face are great and many, and I fear I will be unable to give matters here due attention. And in opening the Void Gate, there is ever risk that Voidsent will find their way into our world.
Rest assured, we are more than prepared. Our soldiers have been training under Master Estinian. On my honor, we will not suffer a single fiend to pass. So, think only of your mission, Varshan. Ah, but seeing as this is a different body, perhaps we should use a different name.
Nay, Bashan shall suffice. Though I may have thus grown up, I am as ever a little brother to you all.
As you say, as you say. Go then, Varshan, and best of luck.
I have something for you as well. While you were gone, Urianger paid us a visit. As you may recall, he joined us on our foray into Arzadar's legacy, in part to conduct research for the Loporrits. Research they were delighted to receive, and which has already inspired them to consider new ways to improve their own treasure vault. As a token of their gratitude, Livingway entrusted a familiar relic to Urianger. Aye, the crystal, which showed the way to Meteon. The Loporrits no longer have need of it, and thus saw fit to return it to us. Harboring the power of light, it could well aid us in our mission in the Void. And who better to bear Hydaelyn's gift than her chosen champion?
If there is nothing left to discuss, then let us depart. Our boat awaits us in Akyali.
Are we about to do a dungeon? I guess we'll find out in a second. The satrap and your fellows have already departed. Are you ready to set forth? I mean, we already did the dungeon on the island. Which means it's gonna be a raid next! Like us, the alchemists have tremendous passion for their work. If we were to collaborate, I reckon that we could achieve some great things. Good gods, the treasure here. If I were a thief, I wouldn't notice a void gate if it came and bit me in the rear. Yeah, let's rob this place, shall we? An undersea vault guarded by alchemical sentries. Such a place would be an ideal proving ground for new creations. It's not only us cheering you on, but alchemists of old, too. You couldn't possibly fail. I say I'm beginning to feel nervous. They've upgraded the Vault's Guardians to contend with Void Scent, a task which was made easier by the surplus of broken units. One could argue I did them a favor. You? For my research into cross-rift travel, this is a moment of truth. For all those who helped us come this far, let us pray we succeed. So one second.
I shall now lift the seal. In the name of Al-Zadal III, I cast open this door unto the void!
Go. Absorb the Void Gate. It worked. We should have no trouble passing through a gate of that size.
What can we expect to find after stepping through?
On my previous foray, I emerged in a castle swarming with void scent. I was hopelessly outnumbered and forced to turn back. But together, I am confident we can hold our own. Upon our arrival, let us deal with any hostile entities and secure the area. The command of our mission, I leave in your capable hands. In the event of battle, I shall adapt my tactics to complement your own.
Should we require healing, I can provide it. 'Twould be a welcome change of pace from my recent havoc wreaking.
Take heart, my friends, and have faith. We will brave this broken world and rescue my sister Ajdaya.
I wasn't going to say anything, Giga Pudding. Really quick, they added ocean fishing in Shadow, right? I like the idea of being more of a faceless Darth Vader type, Evo. It appeals to me. I did that for a lot of Lorwyn too, if you remember. The Court of Troya, by the way. And that is a dungeon. So, I assume you guys have a dungeon's worth of people ready to go, because of course you do. Why wouldn't you, after all? If you don't, I suggest you all kill each other for slots. See anybody killing each other? Alright, I'll grab Luneru, because she didn't get to join us for a lot of the stuff yesterday. That's true. And actually, that's not true, Evo. You surrendered before I could destroy you. I didn't get to bring up my actual DPS. I thought Pillars of Snow was here, but I'm going to believe you on that. We got one more slot. Now everyone kill each other for the last slot. I know Giga was here because she nearly killed us. Twice. That's probably what I'm misremembering. Ah, sure, we'll get you out of it. Alright, what is everybody? Perhaps what can everyone be? I can be anything. I do have one last job to test, so it would arguably be best if I could go DPS. But it's not the end of the world if I can't. I have reviewed every job at this point other than Black Mage. Terrible, terrible Black Mage. And my DPS is going to be absolute trash, because I still haven't had a chance to actually sit and stare at a target dummy and figure out how to play this class. Like, I remember that they changed it the last time I played it. And then I remember the last time I played it, it was actually worth a damn and completely different. Okay, so Xenoglossy Con. Where's my... There we go. Yeah. Well, we have a tank and we have a healer, and that's good enough for me. Okay. By the way, I didn't say thank you earlier, Spartan. Thank you for the donation. I know it's been several hours, but I noticed it while I was... Sorry. I have jotted that down for the Homeworld block and Dead Space R. Dead Space 1R. Is everybody female except me? Is it just me? Am I the weirdo? I like Yada's portrait. I like Pillage's nose too. Okay. Okay. I'll be there in a minute. That makes a grand total of 3 of us. That actually took me a minute to recognize the Troya motif in the music. Yeah, we really had the Bunny Girl squad going on last time. Stacks of... How do I burn those on? Nope, it's not that. Not that either. I'd have to look at the list of patches. There's been some bad patches in WoW's history. The one that added the Siege of Orgrimmar is a good example of that. I mean, I'll admit, I play at Ellison for really silly reasons. Yeah, Timeless Isle was not great. To be honest about it. Whoops. No, Kurthia is probably the actual worst zone of the game, and we've kind of already talked about that. I do kind of agree with you overall. Yes, Evo plays the only Dusk White in existence, including in the narrative. There are dozens of you. And I definitely say you, because I am not a Dusk White. Oh my god, stop dying so fast. Okay, nope, that makes sense. Huh. I accept. In the face, as they say. We did kind of kill him. No. Gross. Interesting. Meanwhile, everyone in chat who plays Black Mage is just screaming at me. That is straight up the lunar subterrane over there. It's melting, but otherwise. I appreciate you not actually saying anything, Pillars of Snow, as I try to learn the damn class. I know I'm doing something wrong in the AoE rotation. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'll work on the single target later. Thank you, Von Falkenstein. Him. So. How, Giga? How do you divine this knowledge? Right, fair. And I love how this place just looks and feels absolutely nothing like Troya. Despite, you know, the name and the music. It just, the reason I kept stumbling on this is it felt wrong how long the cast time of Fire 2 was. That's why I kept stuttering over it. Like, I kept feeling like I was doing something wrong or not waiting for a proc I should have been waiting for. Yeah, Flare is slow as balls. Holy crap. Yep, follows balls, it's slow. That's 3. Okay, there's 4. There's 4. How is that even possible, Giga? I'm a black bitch. I don't feel like moving, okay? I am a turret. Oh, right in the face, too. Jesus Christ, Blade Tool. 16 seconds? Oh, yeah, that's the other thing, US Corp. The slow cast times have already caused me some issues related there, too. Let me stand still. Do this. I wonder what happens if we do this. I mean, honestly, even 6 seconds makes me just go, ugh. I mean, I get it. FF11 was kind of built around much longer and slower boss battles, but damn. Speech, where is my triple? Oh, there it is. A 9. Whoa, okay. Reality is, doing its own thing right now. It's a really weird take on it. I'm going to be honest, I don't usually like harpsichord music, but it is an interesting take on it. Oops. Literally hit the wrong button. There's a Troyan glamour. I mean, considering this is an FF4 themed thing, it's not super surprising, but the answer to your question is no. Troya is not a place I associate with, you know, this. The one thing I do like about Black Mage quite a bit, the viscerality.
So the gate did open again, and delivered the most mouth-watering morsels. I am Scarmilione, Archfiend of Earth and first of Golbez's Circle of Fall.
Hello, Mylon.
Such pleasure I will take in delivering you unto your graves.
Let's see if I can figure out single target on this, shall we?
That is mine! Breathe deep of your death!
Apparently not.
My blade thirsts for blood.
What's really funny is I even read that correctly, I just read it incorrectly at the same time. And I'm dead. So I saw that he was knocking over walls, so I figured, okay, get in to not get thrown out. Shrug.
Protect me, my minion! stubborn mortals.
Yeah, I guess that qualifies.
Come, fill your lungs.
Damn it! Thanks, Dad. Yep. I'm not gonna make that either.
No, I will not be defeated by you!
No. No, I did less damage than Yada did. Which spell is Despair? There it is. It's Despair.
This Scarmalione, he knew the gate had opened.
And not for the first time. He and his brethren must keep watch over the portal.
As we do ours, but to unflinchingly consume a fellow Voidsent. Like men, perhaps they form factions and fight amongst themselves.
The question is, what will the minions do?
Your mistress is no more, and the one who consumed her we slew in turn. Do you still mean to try us?
I expect some Voidsent are more intelligent than others. Perhaps these ones simply do not understand our words.
Even beasts ought to understand strength.
There is much we do not know about Voidsent. If we are to survive their world, it would be wise to learn their ways.
Oh, yep. Caution, then.
Sage advice, my friend. 'Tis reassuring to have one so experienced with us.
You're just making fun of me at this point.
I am here, sister. Finally here. And I will find you. I swear it.
Yeah, as I said during the lore run, imagine if the Despair Wave hit the first. Would shrug it off. What's most interesting is that Zodiark's protection protected the first, through the era in which it was most susceptible to despair. So Zodiark was protecting each reflection despite the dimensional things going on there. Oh man, lived well. Castle should serve as base of operations for now. Ere we set our sights elsewhere, let's see what there is to learn here. The warding scale exhibits no change. It should be safe to remain here and begin our search. But whither now? I would send Zajdaja if she were remotely near, but there is nothing. Might you not call to her? Let her know that you have come. Alas, this Vespel is not capable of calling across vast distances. For that I require my true form, and, even if it were possible, a dragon's call is born on ether, which is liable to draw more Voidsent to us. See. In any case, there's a little exploration to be done while we're confined to this isolated isle. I propose we begin by learning what we can from the castle's occupants. Understanding of their ways may prove useful to our cause. Very well, let's hope a few of them are capable of speech. Let us all remain vigilant while we go about our inquiries. We reconvene afterwards. It does sound like a horror story, doesn't it? We must flee from, all the nonsense of Ul'dah. Okay, we flee to Ishgard. Open the gates. No response. Open the gates. No response. We push open the gates. Completely empty. Not but stare. Grr. 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 Some seem willing enough to converse, but they have the ability to do so is another matter. Don't forget, even those who didn't turn into blasphemies could still give in to despair. Think about Sir from the Omicrons, for example. Enticing ether you have. Give me some. Give me some! If only I were stronger, I'd be able to eat you. Fine, fine. I'll find someone else to eat. Ugh. Like the prevailing tongue in Norvrent, the language of the world basically resembles to our own. Maybe assume they share a common ancestor. We'll be seeing more of these in an expansion. Wow. The mistress's eyes are beauteous, sublime. To bask in her gaze is bliss. Now she's gone. Never again will I feel her gaze. No mistress, no orders. What am I to do now? What am I to do now? I serve. I obey. Please don't eat me. The dragon? What's that? Does it taste good? I don't know anything about it. Don't know anything about anything. But the one we caught recently, they seem to know lots. We threw them in the dungeon, but clever ones are tasty. They might have been eaten already. Interesting flowers. I guess those are actually ivy. I have nothing to share. While those I approached had no will to fight, neither were they capable of holding a conversation worth the name. My experience was much the same. Lower rung void scents tend to have lower intelligence, 'twould seem. I noticed that, Ismaristar. A pity Scarmillion is dead. He was talkative, at least. What of you? Explain, explain, explain. Purple has ever been the color of the void in Final Fantasy, so that's probably deliberate. A clever void scent in the dungeon. That would be the area in which we emerged. Indeed. Let us take ourselves back and find this void scent. Preferably before its fellows make a meal of it. To the dungeon! Tower of Babel music starts up. Cheese casserole. Can't survive without someone to give me ether, but where will we find a new master? Well, that's a horrific thought process. Hey, kiddo.
Come to receive.
For your phone, and as payment for Operation Baby Pop. 1 pop. If you can get one. Thank you. What? What are we go get? I thought they were defective. I hope not. You know what? What do you want to bet? At the bottom of the bag is where all the cookies are like falling off of the thing. Whatever. What, Okay. No questions. We caught our week into the dungeon before being served up to the mistress. Tenderizing, she called it, and that's the way she used to like it. Yeah, well, now she's dead, so, you know. Oh, hey, it's Rose's mother. Like, 3 of you are gonna get that. Totally does. That's funny. This is interesting, because it feels like this is a chance for them to be like, hey, if you weren't paying attention during the dungeon, here's what it looked like. There's only one dungeon here, we call it the 4th. Mistress's orders. The mistress is gone and the order's with her. Rats can infest this castle for all I care. I like when they do this when they let me move a little bit faster. No one comes and goes from this dungeon without permission. For you, though, I'll make an exception. Good. I'd hate to have to kill you. Again. Ugh. Food for the mistress's consumption is kept in these cells. With the mistress devoured, we're free to help ourselves. But the clever one is strong. Another warden went in to devour the clever one and hasn't come back out. Is that freaking Xenos's Void Sun? I wanted to say Reaper, but, you
know. You are the friend.
Yes, that's definitely what Xenos would think of me as. Yeah, thanks, game. Yes, I am the friend.
I see it now. The bottomless darkness. The insatiable hunger. The aura was present when we faced him in Garlemald.
How did it come to be here?
When Xenos died, its connection to the source was severed. It was forced to return to the void.
Xenos. Yes, that was his name. And you are the friend, are you not?
Let's pencil me in as a firm maybe. I should have been Reaper for this.
Is that Heidelin's crystal?
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Who the hell are you?
But how? The light just now. Of course. And thus I am returned.
Nice hat.
What do you mean, returned? Who are you?
I was once bound to the man named Xenos. His avatar, until you killed him.
Avatar, as in the Void-sent servants of Reapers.
Still, I am a level 90 Reaper, thanks.
In the name of his hunt, Xenos took up that traditional Garlean art. And through it, he forged a covenant with a being of the Void to lend him strength.
Xenos is dead. He's not coming back. Triple negatives if he comes back, I'm just saying. Triple.
Covenant? A curse, more like. He stole my power. There was no equity in the arrangement. My very essence was altered. Twisted into a tool to serve his desires.
Your previous appearance. This is your true form, then.
Perhaps, perhaps not. What does it matter?
Indeed, it doesn't. Regardless of your form, you are a void sent by nature.
So answer me this. Are you our enemy too?
In this world, only a fool would attempt to devour a stronger being. And though it was as an avatar, I lost to you once, I have no desire to lose again.
Good enough for me.
Now, you will answer me a question. Xenos called you friend. That's what you are? A friend?
Whatever Xenos may have said, I was not his friend.
So, you're not a friend. Then... what is it? What is a friend?
Well, Lord knows Xenos had no idea the answer to that question. I just realized there's a much more appropriate class I could be for this section. When I served Xenos, my mind was clouded with haze, but one thing was always clear, his obsession with the friend. What the word means, I do not know exactly. I only know that it referred to you, and yours was an important existence. I assume the dungeon was reserved for those intended to be the mistress's consumption. It's fortunate we came here when we did. Fateful, even. Zenos' avatars, huh? What are the odds? We still know a little more about her, but for now I'm glad we found someone who could do more than moan for either. I mean, I was thinking about it, because obviously Reaper is an obvious choice. I mean, just... Look at us. Look at us, we're practically twins. But no. Then I was thinking, wait. I could go Dragoon, because, you know, Cain. But my outfit doesn't look anything like Cain, and we've already got Estinian. So that leaves the correct choice. As much one might expect the unexpected, I doubt any of us could have foreseen this turn of events. She seems different from the other Void Sent, at least those we've met. And the change we witnessed, I suspect, is due to your crystal purging the excess darkness in her. Even so, she still harbors a great deal of darkness. I'm very keen to hear what she can tell us about herself and her world. Yeah, now, Reaper is kind of its own thing. Yeah, I can't think of any Reapers in Final Fantasy lore. There's probably one somewhere. Something esoteric, but none of the major classes. I actually put together a spreadsheet at one time to track how many characters were what classes. Basically to see how much representation each class got across the FFs. A lot of ninjas, a lot of monks. A bunch of black mages and white mages, and summoners. Not a lot of other classes. You know, Pictomancer, that's a rare one. Blue mages are kind of rare. So I doubt you came to my dungeon pure chance. What is it you're after? We were looking for a Void Sent with whom we could converse, in the course of which we learned of you. We are visitors to this world, and know little and less of its workings and ways. We'd be grateful if you tell us about it, about yourself. So it's information you seek. What do you offer for it? I beg your pardon? Void Sent do not give unless we stand to gain. If you desire something, you pay the price. That is the sole rule in this world you call the Void. That makes sense. Pray forgive our ignorance. What would be acceptable as payment? I suspect coin that we carry has no value here. Void Sent crave one thing alone, ether. In return for information, I offer you mine. Not all of it, mind you. I still have need of my life. Very well, I will tell you no more than you can afford to pay. We have a bargain. We're here to talk about the Void. Let's do it outside. Can't we just go grab some crystals? Instead of you, like, letting the vampire leech off of you? Like, really? You can eat a piece of me. Stola. We need to have a chat. 1 second. Let's see if I can find that document really quick. Yeah, as I say, she doesn't have a lot of, you know, money to burn, and by money I mean ether to burn right now. Is. Wait, here it is. I think I found it. There we go. So, for example, Paladin has exactly 5 over the course of the series, which sounds like a lot until you realize that Monk, for example, has 10. Black Mage has 11. Samurai has 6. Bard has 5. Machinist has 8. 3 Summoners, 2 Red Mages, 6 Blue Mages, 2 Gamblers, 1 Geomancer, 1 Mimic, 1 Alchemist, 8 Warriors, 2 Dark Knights, 3 Gunbreakers, 6 White Mages, 1 Sage, 6 Dragoons, 8 Ninjas, and that's kind of it. Yeah, the 2 Red Mages are Terra and Celeste. You could also argue they are Mystic Knights, but it's functionally the same difference. There are 0 dancers. So no, you didn't miss it. There's actually several zeros. There's 0 Reapers, there's 0 Astrologians, there's 0 Scholars. There are 0 Dancers. Yeah, that's, I think that's all the zeros. Although I suppose you could argue Scholar and Sage are the same thing, although I would disagree with that.
This is where I belong. My home. This endless darkness you call the Void. There was once light here, and it shone its warmth upon creation. The lands were green and the seas were blue. Life flourished. Before the war, the Contra Memoria.
It must have been a terrible war indeed.
It shattered the balance, causing darkness to engulf the world. All life was transformed into monstrosities, void-sent. We are the natural order now.
As light begat sin-eaters, darkness begat void-sent.
The sun was driven from the sky as fleeting day yielded to endless night. In time, even land and sea lost their distinction. And though the spark of reason had died in us, driven by memory's shadow, we formed factions and carved out domains. This castle, for instance, its erstwhile lord must have abided in such a place once upon a time.
If I may, the darkness in you is too much for any man to harbor. To my eyes, you are indeed a void-sent. Yet your knowledge of the past and your demeanor mark you apart from your brethren. You are different. That much is plain. But in what way, I am unsure.
As you say, I am void-sent, but only in part. The darkness touched my mother when the war had only just begun, when I was still in the womb. As a child, I looked like any other, but darkness coursed through me, and I ceased to age when I'd become a woman grown. But that was then. And now, I may as well be one in full. I prey on the weak and serve the strong. I live to survive. Nothing more.
Forgive me. 'Twas not my intent to pry. I realize, too, that I have neglected to ask your name.
As we say mortal, you may call me Void-sent.
That is liable to cause confusion. If you are not averse, we would address you by your true name.
Then call me what you will. I care not.
How about 0?
None of your solid flashbacks get worse.
Meaning nothing. A name as fitting as any.
No, not nothing, but rather a beginning. For it remains to be seen what you will become to us.
As I said, I care not. 0, then.
And don't think I didn't notice that that's the overworld theme in the background there, which also happens to be the same motif as the sorrow theme. Here's to a fruitful partnership.
Partnership? Are you saying you wish to strike a bargain?
Serve me or to die. I mean, yes. Yes.
Well, 0, while there is no end to the questions we could ask, it is only fair that we tell you our purpose in coming here. We are searching for a dragon. One who came to your world long ago.
A dragon?
Yes. Ajdaya is her name, and she is my sister. If you have any knowledge of her, I beg you share it with us. Did you say something?
No.
I thought I heard a voice as well. The keening of void scent, perhaps.
Well, we already killed Mylon, so that'll make Kenazo next. Well, seems to be nearby. Maybe it's just the wind. Not out of the ordinary. I would like to hear more from 0. I can't imagine there's many voids that like to remember the world as it was. I should have subdued the voids here, but I doubt we'll remain right that way. Remain vigilant. Beginning. A curious notion of a world where all has come to an end. I must say, we're rather exposed here. Perhaps we should continue the conversation in the castle. Yes, let's cross the bridge over the ravine. Moving wasn't part of the bargain. I'll comply, but I expect my payment promptly. You have to be paid to walk somewhere? Anyways, let's go ahead and just casually walk across this bridge over the abyss. Everything's fine. Wait, really? Okay, I was actually expecting Mylon 2 there, but whatever. What you eating for dinner to recoup, Raglan? Also, welcome home. Sorry. As Blade Taval has already yelled at me about, I tend to have the original names in my head and in my memory rather than the new ones. I will admit that's partially because I don't like the new / original names. Mylon just has a better ring to it to me than Scarmiglione and Valvalis as opposed to Barbaricia and so on and so on. See, I'm gonna stay Paladin, no reason. Yeah, 2 weren't really changed much. Kainazo instead of Cagnazo, and Rubicant instead of Rubicante.
This place is as good as any. Let me have the ether now.
Very well.
Again? But we struck it down, watched it die.
Fools. Death doesn't exist in this world. And I am free to return whensoever I please.
Which would mean the cloud of darkness is still out there.
Death doesn't exist. Of course. In the first, the power of light, of passivity, prevents life from emerging in the empty. But in the 13th, the power of darkness, of activity, prevents life from finding rest, even should soul be separated from flesh.
Well, since this is Mylon, I would say 1/4 Spartan. Maybe 1/5.
So unless one's essence is absorbed by another, it is possible to return again and again.
It is reminiscent of that creature's. Ah, my mouth waters at the memory.
What?
I must devour you too. Yes, I must. Ye drifting souls, by my power be reborn!
Okay, ultimate demons.
If it's another death they want, I say we give it to them.
If you could lend us a hand, we'd be much obliged.
That you would. But you already owe me a debt, and until you make good on it, I won't lift a finger.
Are you stupid? You can eat all these people once we kill them.
We'll speak after you've won. But know that if you lose, I'll help myself to your ether.
Ugh. You're dumb, Zero.
That a bothersome duty should deliver to me this lavish feast. Come, struggle with all your might. It will make you that much richer and tastier.
Oh, so she's a CEO, USN Corp.
Every soul in this domain serves me now. Come, feast.
Way too many ranged.
The The castle answers his call. We'd do well to break up this feast quickly.
Then let's see these guests on their way.
Behold the power of the Archfiend of Earth!
What is this, Warhammer?
He hastens their regeneration.
We are deathless! You cannot defeat that which cannot die!
I really how they just kind of outrange me. It's their dicks!
Struggle and slaughter all!
Can we just attack him instead of standing here? Seriously, can we? Okay.
Our foe has too great an advantage.
We need to drag him out of this damnable beast.
At least we have good music. I'll accept it.
Quickly, stand together!
It sounds a lot like the Pixel Remaster version. He's right there! Attack him! Come on! Goodbye.
When will you learn? No matter what you do, you cannot hope to win.
Do you have any idea how many gods I've killed in the last couple of days?
You never know until you try, and I'm always happy to experiment.
Zero! Is there no way to stop them from coming back?
There is, but I have no reason to share it with you.
I'm starting to dislike you more every time you open your gob, Zero.
You know, Zero, you do owe us for one thing. Your name. You'll have your promised ether, but we are owed compensation for your name.
A name for which I did not ask. But that I nevertheless did accept.
been crystallized.
Well now, that's quite the trick.
Satisfied?
No.
Completely.
Come, my friends. With Zero's aid, we can defeat him.
What is this? What have you done?
Now that I think on it, you owe me a debt as well. You may have missed your mark, but I won't miss mine.
Do I need to be here for this? Can I go?
However incurred, a debt is a debt. I will repay it here and now.
I'm vaguely irritated that they have such an obvious solution to the situation. And instead they're going off into nonsense land for seemingly no reason. It also tends to irritate me when I get wharfed in any game. Especially immediately after doing 2 raid series. Oh yeah, and killing Despair.
Attend to the minions first.
What if you'd let me, game? Seriously?
Be gone.
She's a Voidsent who's used to eating other Voidsent. She herself has said so multiple times. Also, that's what all Voidsent do. So just make it so that the moment that we kill the Voidsent, she eats them. And we can offer Scarmillion here, Scarmillione, excuse me, as the feast in payment for her assisting us in the matter. Like, it's so duh. I keep waiting for it to show up, and it keeps not. And yes, I am actually irritated.
Trickery will not fail.
Reinforcements!
This will hurt.
Impressive!
And again, the fact that they're warping us is just never going to sit right with me.
Pathetic! Useless!
So, yeah, no, this is going to be a negative.
Enough!
I believe this is our first story negative for Patchwalker. I'm not sure about that. I'll have to double check.
We cannot win without Zero. We must help her.
Yep, we cannot win without Zero. She's just too mandatory for our success. We need to build the Crucible. You don't understand. Without the Crucible, we cannot beat Scarmillione conventionally.
Another debt to repay.
I must deal with you first. I'll kill you all,
I will shush.
Finally getting serious, though.
I already have garnered that Zero is a very popular character. I look forward to seeing why.
Everyone, to me!
Yeah, that's a fair point. There's not a lot of good hats in this game. There's a reason I use the glasses for almost every one of my transmods.
Give it everything you've got!
This is actually our first story negative. Very first one.
Fools! Do not think you have defeated me. I will return again and again! What? My flesh? Why won't it heal? What is the meaning of this? To seal ether in crystal. Memoria! But how? How can you have this power? Death has no place in this world. We are beyond it. And yet... Ah, Lord Golbez, you have sent me to my doom. Curse you and your wretched flattery, and this abominable fate.
Reminiscent of the FF4 cinematic.
You are welcome, seekers of might. I, Golbez, have called you for hither. I, who would see us triumph in the coming crusade, that I may entrust you with command of our armies.
Yes, but what of the promised gift? In exchange for our loyalty, we are to feast on the finest ether.
And so you shall, for if you are to serve me, you must be strong.
Then honor the pact, and pray we are not disappointed.
Very well. Behold.
The fiery wings, the savage horns. It pulses with life. Such vibrant ether.
This magnificent creature could only come from beyond the veil.
Indeed. Feast, my friends. Feast and arise as my 4 arch-fiends. As they are now, they can consume but a fraction of the dragon's ether. Just as well, the creature may yet serve other ends.
Like say, a shadowy, dragony summon kind of ends.
Are you all right?
The Void Sense essence remains. But it has been sealed away, transformed into crystal.
Which we're gonna give to Zero, right?
Scarmalione called them.
As payment, right? Is that ever gonna come up?
I take it they are connected to the war of which you spoke.
Aye. Their use was central to the Contra Memoria, hence its name. And to my knowledge, the transformation is permanent.
I see. We thank you for coming to our aid.
I repaid a debt, and in doing so ensured that I receive my own due compensation, which I shall have now.
Yes, yes. I still have work to do, so I would thank you not to get carried away.
Ether is the coin of choice. I appreciate the simplicity.
That makes us even, I trust. Right then. When you picked up the crystal, you experienced a vision, did you not?
A dragon resembling a great Wyrm. I dare to hope that it was Ashdaya. Even as it pains me to think she's been made to suffer.
For the ambitions of this Golbez.
We've been given much to consider. Let us take a moment to review what we know.
In light of our recent experiences, I expect we all have questions. I trust Zero can answer some few of them. We should still be owed at least that much, I dare say. I was going to ask why we don't just leave, go grab some ether crystals, and come back. But maybe we can't leave at the moment? They've been kind of vague on that point. Laura, you've come to the 13th before, yes? You've fought Void Centaur? Yeah. Can't you hear the music? Clearly you didn't know, but they could regenerate, else you could have just shared... else you would have shared that detail beforehand. Yeah, they seemed to stay dead when I came through. I doubt not that they did. There must be a reason why the ones you defeated didn't return in contravention of the natural order. You remember aught out of the ordinary? A sealing magic like Zero's, perhaps? There are circumstances in which we're unable to return. If you like, I can tell you about this. Really, Talia said. No, I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. The more you devour, the more powerful you grow, but in the process your essence is blended with those of your prey. If you're to lose your flesh, the souls you had once come to harbor may break free and coalesce into a distinct void scent once more. And before you yourself return, your own soul might be devoured by the enemies or your erstwhile prey. Fate more likely for stronger beings who require more time to regenerate. However, even assuming you survive the process, it's highly uncommon to return as you were. Yet despite his greater strength, Scarmiglione managed to resurrect rather swiftly. Are there others capable of the same? Not that I'm aware of. His attachment to his flesh must have been unique for him to develop such an ability. I believe we understand the fundamentals of rebirth for now. If I may, I would ask you about your power. Will you tell us about it? What you saw should speak for itself. I bind the ether of the soul in crystal. Many wielded this power during the Contra Memoria, but I'm the only one left. I'm told the heroes of the 13th once sealed gods in stones called auracite. Are they in Memoria one and the same? Auracite. I do not know this word, but the world is vast, and perhaps Memoria had different names elsewhere, but it does sound quite familiar. How does one come to wield Memoria, and what happened to your peers? I've never thought about that. I do know, though, that Voidsent can't use the power. I assume I can, because I'm mortal in part. I see. Zero, I wish to ask you about the man named Golbez. He may very well have my sister in his clutches. Is there aught you can tell us of him? The name sounds vaguely familiar, though I can't say how I know it. If he is powerful, however, someone in the castle may have heard of him. We must try talking to the other Voidsent again. Let us entrust the task to Lore. His echo will facilitate communication. More importantly, he should be able to maintain his composure better than a concerned sibling. That I cannot deny. Why is everyone complaining about the music being loud today? Nothing's changed. Damn it. Forgive me, but we will not ask about Golbez in my stead. On the terraces to begin with, perhaps. Why is it not working? Why is it not working? It's not your fault. You're not the first person to complain about it. It's legitimately making me wonder what's up. It could literally be Twitch. It would not be the first time. It could also just be the register of the song, or the music, or the instruments. But just for you. There, turned it down. By 25%. I did not. I make it a point to not turn the music up, even when the music's a banger. Everyone jokes about BGM 100, but I don't do that. For obvious reasons. So the clever one hadn't been eaten. If one wants it, then perhaps... Golbez? Of course I know him. Only a fool without ears wouldn't. His archfiends lead armies to ravage and conquer. They devour those they deem useless, those who can't fight. If you don't want to be eaten, you better flee, though soon there will be nowhere to run. If one who devoured her dies, maybe the mistress will return, then I may bask in her gaze again. Golbez, my mistress spoke of him. He commands the archfiends. They are very powerful and have conquered many domains. The mistress bade us defend the castle from them. Yes, yes, she did. And you failed. Ugh, the tasty one returns to tempt me. I mustn't eat you. I mustn't eat you. Dude, you are not physically capable of eating me. Golbez, I know of him from those I've eaten. He has minions, and those minions have minions. No one ever sees him. Oh yeah, by the way, Evo has shared her wonderful drawing in the Creative Endeavors channel, I believe. It's great stuff. I highly recommend you go look at it. In fact, you know what? While we're walking here, I'm going to show it off here. If I can find the frickin' image thing. There it is. So for those of you who don't have the benefit of being able to see my Discord, it's a bit large. Hang on. There we go. Check it out. Yeah, I gave her a play-by-play. She made a lot of correct decisions with this one. Looks awesome, doesn't it? Can anyone guess where this is immediately? For the record, I have had several other people I've asked in person who have immediately and correctly guessed that this is supposed to be Coruscant, which is, as you can see, several people in chat got as well. It's so immediately evocative, isn't it? The cold colors, the subdued nature of it, the spires, the traffic. Do you notice how she went out of her way to make sure that the color of the sun and the color of the windows are the same to get across the idea that, despite the angle, the sun is reflecting off the windows? And yeah, the fog, this is a great choice too. If you pay attention, the colors of the buildings get closer to the color of the fog the further back they get, thus giving across the impression that the buildings are fading into the fog and automatically giving us a color reason to believe that we're looking at things in the distance. This is really well done. Much praise. So shush, Evo. Welcome back, Laura. Were you able to learn aught of value? So countless void sent answer the archfiends, who in turn answered a void Golbez, as your vision suggested. Scarmellione's aggression is also consistent with the claims that the archfiends conquer other domains. The question is, how do we reach Golbez if he surrounds himself with armies of minions? Why is my voice so quiet all of a sudden? Hey! Hey! What the hell, Mike? Like, you notice that? No, of course you don't notice that, but my voice is suddenly quieter. That's really weird. Like, that's a good 5 decibels lower than it should be. What the hell are you doing today? Yeah, I was just thinking maybe that's why the music was seeming quiet. Well, whatever. I'm just gonna let that slide. We could target his archfiends, or perhaps those who have fled in his service. Either may yield useful information. That said, we can't do much while we're stuck on this isle. Zero, I would ask a favor of you. I am determined to save my sister Azdaja. If there's even a faint possibility that Gulbis has her, I must find him. To that end, I want you to lend us your strength and knowledge. Will you accompany us on your quest? When we get back to our realm, we'll give you ether. Got in the way of my world already. If you want help, offer payment. I just did! None here will aid you out of the kindness of their hearts. Any who claim otherwise are liars and betrayers. Or is this less a request and more of a threat? If I refuse, will you force me to serve? Surely you must desire something other than ether. What do you want? I have no purpose. Why would I desire anything? Wow. That's the most horrifying thing I've heard today, and I should tell you, I've met some horrifying people today. Let me tell you about a woman named Athena. I didn't bother to resist when the ones here fell upon me. What matter in a world that's already dead? By that logic, you've no reason to refuse her requests. Payment need be but to your satisfaction, correct? Did I not already say as much from the start? Very well, sir. I propose you travel with us, and wherever you perform a deed that requires payment, we will provide an ether. Can we not go back? Like, I'm actually legitimately asking at this point. You are the king of a nation, and we have the backing of half the planet. Surely we can go back and say, hey, we need some ether crystals. Why? It's literally a long story. Can just please give us some ether crystals? Okay. We come back with like a bag of them. So here, help us out, Fling. We lay them out like Reese's on the ground to guide her to the enemy. That's all you had to say. Everything else is superfluous. Oh my god. Fair point. Where to now? Either place the archfiends may strike next, or where refugees and deserters may seek sanctuary. Yeah, but I'm sorry, I really hate to hammer this point in. What's worse? Managing the portal one more time, or constantly giving of our permanent ether supply to someone to feast upon? I'm sorry, if I was the D&D person, if I was playing this and my GM was like, alright, how do you want to pay them? I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna go get the crystals, thanks. I assume you know how we can get off this isle. You say ether isn't permanent, but where are we regenerating it from in here? If we're stuck here, we're not regenerating ether. That's another interesting point. If we brought food, offer her the food. It's made of ether like everything else is. Lord Golbez must hear of this. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Oh my god. That's it. We found a use for Archon Loaf. We have finally discovered the purpose behind that abomination. Yshtola's like, here, take of this. And watch, she'd love it too. She'd be like, oh, this is wonderful. I mean, think about it, it would be extraordinarily dense with ether. And she probably wouldn't care about flavor, or even understand what that is. Woo. Without a master to rule us, it won't be long before we start preying on one another. And the weak are the first to be devoured. I must find someone strong to serve quickly. Were I here in my true form, I would be able to carry you all, but even if it were possible to so enlarge the gate, the risk would be too great. Zero will best know how to handle the creatures. Not all void scents can fly. Yeah. That leads to an interesting question. How long has it been since this happened? So, for lack of a better way to put this, where are the new void scent coming from? If void scent can come back pretty much infinitely unless they're devoured, and devouring void scent as a regular activity, why is the population existent at all, for lack of a better way to put it? You'd think that there would be much, much, much fewer void scent around. We should be able to find a mount here. With the castle in disarray, the creatures will be hungry. Just a little ether should suffice. Okay. I mean, that's fair, Blatchable. I wasn't asking as a...
There it is.
I wasn't asking in a poke out a plot hole kind of a way. That was kind of a legitimate question. I'm curious if they will answer that question over the course of the quests.
Good. It agrees to serve. Get on.
Of familiar faces here. No, I feel like she did mention that earlier, but well, plant life and animal life too. That would also help to explain the variance in relative intelligence amongst the void scent.
What is this place?
My domain. In the beginning, it was a sanctuary for me alone. But over time, others began to gather here. Those who had nowhere else to go.
A settlement of pariahs?
What's that? Mortals! They're mortals! What's enticing you here? Let me have some.
We'll try.
Not fair. What's
You are under my protection here and will not be harmed. I give you my word.
You yourself just told... Yeah, never mind. I don't trust you. Let me say that in more simple terms. Zeromus, or sorry, Zero. Seriously, it's Zemus. She's Zemus. I get it. Moving on. I trust her exactly as much as I trusted Hydaelyn. That's a good comparison. Just said that a person's domain is a reflection of what abides in their heart. If true, this may offer a glimpse into Zero's past. Yeah. Yeah, this looks like my heart. She's got a gathering of void scent. I pray one amongst them has the knowledge we seek. The longer one lives, the more one yearns for peace. I understand why some would sequester themselves here. Whose likeness is this, you ask? The hero who will save the world. I'm waiting for the day he comes, or was it a she? I can't remember the details. I don't know how long I've been waiting, or why I even wait. Could you be the hero? No. Something tells me I'll know when I meet him, or her. I'll just have to keep waiting. I'm having a hard time getting a good picture of that, so we'll try this angle instead. Of course I recognize the pose. I was trying to identify the emblem on the shield, and I failed at that task. Hi, Omega Legion. We're about to cut off. This is my abode. Others won't come near you. You may be at ease. Well, they know their place. If tantalizing ether were to walk by, I can't guarantee they wouldn't pounce. Yeah, I'll kill them when they do. It's a void sense nature to consume, their sole purpose. Even if the pursuit of ether may lead to their undoing, many succumb to instinct. But any who succumb here will have to answer to me. This is my domain's one and only rule, and it is absolute. Damn. I need to see it like... Say, I have the 90 shield on, but whatever. Oh, you know what? I can't do it. Meh, whatever. Consider yourselves duly warned. If you wish to go among the void scent, that is your choice to make. All have fled from one master or another. But whether any of those servants in turn served Golbez, I do not know. You must ask yourselves. Most have traveled to your world, so it shouldn't be too difficult to communicate. We shall go about making inquiries at once. Thank you for your counsel. Let us reconvene at the plaza. Very well. You're going too, of course, in which case I shall accompany you. I wish only to observe. Do not expect me to help. Lady, I don't need your help. What I do need is, like, I don't know, maybe like 14 hours. Can I take about a 14-hour rest, Zero? Thanks.